Overnight tensions flare dramatically in West Asia as Israel and Iran continue to exchange deadly strikes across the border. Loud explosions rang out in Jerusalem early Monday, shortly after Israel's army warned of a new missile salvo from Iran and advised the public to take cover until further notice. Meanwhile, US President Donald Trump addressed the crisis, asserting that the situation could be resolved easily, though he issued a firm warning to Tehran, cautioning against any attacks on American assets. Take a look.
Israel and Iran launched fresh attacks on each other overnight into Sunday, killing scores. That's as US President Donald Trump said the conflict could be ended easily, while warning Tehran not to strike any US targets. Iran says dozens have been killed in Israel's onslaught since Friday, including 60 on Saturday, half of whom were children, when a missile brought down a Tehran apartment block. More than a dozen people have been killed in Israel and hundreds injured since Iran launched its retaliatory attacks. On Sunday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu visited a residential area in the city of Bat Yam, hit by an overnight Iranian missile onslaught. He watched as rescue efforts searching for missing people buried under the rubble of a collapsed multi-story building continued. Netanyahu said Iran will, quote, pay a heavy price for civilian deaths. The Israeli military has warned Iranians living near weapons facilities to evacuate after both Netanyahu and Trump said Israel's attacks would intensify. Trump has lauded Israel's offensive while denying Iranian allegations that the US has taken part in it. He warned Tehran not to widen its retaliation to include US facilities or interests. In a message on Truth Social, Trump added that the US could, quote, easily get a deal done between Iran and Israel and end this bloody conflict. An Iranian government spokesperson said on Sunday that the country had been ready to hold a sixth round of nuclear talks prior to Israel's initial strikes on Friday. The country's foreign minister has previously said that Iran was acting only in self-defense. The United States has been negotiating with Iran to try and secure a commitment to severely restrict its nuclear program, which Iran says is purely civilian. But Israel sees it as an existential threat because of its weapons potential. Trump gave no details of any possible deal.
In a typically self-praising post on Truth Social, US President Donald Trump claimed he could broker peace between Iran and Israel, even as tensions between the longtime foes continues to intensify. Now, Trump hinted that back-channel negotiations may already be in motion, drawing a comparison to what he described as US involvement in claiming the recent conflict and calming tension between India and Pakistan. However, New Delhi has insisted that the ceasefire with Islamabad was reached through direct diplomatic engagement without the mediation of the United States. And Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is not ruling out the possibility of a regime change in Iran following a massive military campaign that has targeted Tehran's top leadership and nuclear infrastructure. In an interview with Fox News, Netanyahu said Israel would do whatever is necessary to eliminate what he called the existential threat posed by Iran. Now, while Iran officially claims the goal of Operation Rising Lion is to dismantle Iran's nuclear and missile programs, Netanyahu admitted that toppling the regime in Tehran could be a natural outcome, calling it very weak.
We can't have the world's most dangerous regime have the world's most dangerous weapons. We're protecting ourselves, but by doing so, we're protecting many others. Could certainly be the result because the Iran regime is very weak. I think it's basically left with two things. It's plans to have atomic bombs and ballistic missiles. That's basically what Iran has. They certainly don't have the people. 80% of the people will throw these theological thugs out.